If you're a mayor, a councillor, an elected official, or a civic employee in Western Canada, this video should be of interest to you. By the end of it, you should have a general idea about how seniors in your community can draw a guaranteed retirement income. Hi, I'm Gordon Weeb. I'm a licensed underwriter in the provinces of BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. I help clients achieve their goals and financial objectives, typically through the use of annuities. Over the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through some ideas on how to help seniors in your community that you probably haven't heard before. So if you're open to it, let's press on. Just before we begin, regulations require the following disclosure. This presentation is produced and published on or around July 30th, 2020. It is for illustration purposes only, and it is intended for elected officials sitting in a town, city, or regional council in Western Canada. This is not an offer to purchase securities or products. No representation is made. Items presented may not be suitable for everyone. Please consult an experienced qualified licensed professional prior to investing to ensure that your investments are part of a comprehensive plan designed to help you and your family meet your long-term financial goals and objectives. When recommending products and planning strategies, broad tax and legal issues may be discussed. Nothing should be construed as tax or legal advice. There, now that we're compliant, let's move on. Here's our agenda. Number 1, we're going to talk briefly about seniors and how the aging process affects financial decisions. Number 2, we'll discuss a bit about annuities, how they're structured, and how they help fill the needs of local retirees. Number 3, I'll introduce you to a couple of programs that you may want to consider for your community. And number 4, we'll review some actions you can take to help local residents enhance their income. The greatest resource in any community are its people, and a big part of building a healthy community is recognizing the critical role financial well-being plays in all members of a community, especially seniors. Retirement ought to be free of financial worries and stress, but that's not always the case. Let's talk a little bit about the aging process and financial literacy. As we age, our fluid intelligence, and that's our ability to generate formulas, perform calculations, and manipulate numbers, those skills tend to decline. However, our crystallized intelligence, and that's our accumulated knowledge and experience, that tends to plateau somewhere between the ages of 60 to 80 years of age. It's why we tend to regard seniors as sage or wise. Cognition often starts to decline starting around age 80, and things grow progressively more difficult after age 85. Oddly, when assessing their abilities, seniors' confidence tends to go up. It increases some of the challenges for families, lawyers, legislators, and community support networks. Amidst this aging process, seniors are faced with some tough choices and lifelong decisions, including A, how to convert a lifetime of savings into a lifetime of income, and B, recognizing their own mortality and projecting their life expectancy. While making these choices, seniors can be at the mercy of a number of different forces. These might include bankers and financial advisors offering conflicting advice, volatile financial markets, changing levels of cognition, or, unfortunately, they might fall victim to a fraudulent event. Some estimates suggest 1/5 of all seniors will fall victim to a fraud by a third party, although the crimes often go unreported because seniors are embarrassed to report them. Remember what we said about their confidence level as they got older? Of all the financial challenges faced by seniors in your community, I'd like to suggest they can be partially addressed by the use of annuities. What is an annuity, you ask? Good question. An annuity is a regular stream of income. In exchange for a deposit or a premium, a life insurance company will guarantee monthly income for life. It's income that cannot be decreased, stolen, assigned, seized, exhausted, or canceled. Rates are based on age, gender, single and joint life expectancies. Market returns are irrelevant. It's sort of like having a personal pension plan that guarantees a monthly paycheck for life. It doesn't matter how the markets or the investments perform. It doesn't matter what interest rates do. It simply pays a tax-favored guaranteed income for life, period. Here are some recent rates available. Rates are calculated by actuaries who track life expectancies for subscribed populations. This chart shows the monthly and annual incomes, the annual yields, the portions of income that are taxable, and the implied life expectancy for an enrolled population for the different age groups. Now, there are certain times and events when it makes a lot of sense to purchase an annuity. They include when you sell your home. It makes sense because there are no capital gains taxes on the sale of a primary residence, and income from an annuity will receive favorable tax treatment. When you graduate, you're required to make some life choices. So too when you turn 71 and you hold assets in an RRSP, or a registered retirement savings plan. Those assets must be converted into a RIF, or a registered retirement income fund, or an annuity. An annuity will provide a competitive rate of income and guarantee no decreases in monthly cash flow because of a market downturn. Another optimum time to purchase an annuity is when you sell a business or a family farm. As with the sale of a primary residence, there are some capital gains tax exemptions for individuals and families selling a corporation or a family farm. Purchasing a lifetime annuity with tax-exempt dollars can help ensure residents receive a tax-sheltered, guaranteed income stream for life. Now, if you're on a civic council, you'll know finding capital for community projects can be a tough task. So I've developed a framework called the C.A.R.E. program, or the C.A.R.E. program. It simply stands for Community Annuity Resource for Elders. It benefits seniors in your community, as well as some of the pet projects you may be spearheading, like park benches, picnic tables, memorials, etc. Here's a case study on how it works. Meet Marge Gunderson. Margie is recently widowed, and she has sold her house for $760,000. She's bought a condo for $360,000, and now she has about $400,000 of tax-free cash sitting in her account. Her husband was a career RCMP officer, so when his pension is combined with CPP and OAS, she receives about $58,000 of taxable income per year. Margie puts $250,000 into the bank account, where she receives virtually no return, but she also does something most retirees overlook. She purchases an annuity with the remaining $150,000. With that purchase, she receives $806 a month, or about $9,680 a year, of additional income. Remember, nearly all of that income is return of capital, so only $339 of that $9,680 is taxable. So if her marginal tax rate is about 28%, she'll pay about $96, less than 1% of the annuity income. But there's more. For years, Margie was a devoted spouse, and she and her husband were very community-minded. Her city runs a charitable program where they'll memorialize a park bench for $2,000 as a fundraiser for their Grants and Aid program. Margie wants to dedicate a park bench to her late husband, so she purchases a charitable annuity from her municipality for $150,000. The first $2,000 of that annuity purchases the park bench memorial, and she receives a receipt and a legitimate $2,000 tax credit. Then, the city purchases an annuity with the remaining $148,000. Her income is slightly less, but she'll still receive $67,500 of annual income and only be taxed on the $58,339. That's for the rest of her days. So let's review the outcomes. Margie receives a highly competitive rate on another lifetime income stream. That income is guaranteed, and because it's tax favorable, it won't affect her overall tax burden. Should she not survive the next 10 years, payments will go to the beneficiaries of her choice. That could include family members, faith organizations, a charity, or even a community project. From the city's perspective, they receive $2,000 for their fundraising program, they've provided a useful service to their community, and they've helped with the financial well-being of a senior and the larger community as well. Here's one other program you may wish to consider. It's called the Annuities for Community and Trusted Service, or the A.C.T.S program. After 6 years of service, members of Parliament and members of the legislature are entitled to significant pension plans. Yet there are no pension plans, at least that I'm aware of, for community leaders and civic politicians. That's just wrong. I suggest your council consider purchasing annuities for long-serving mayors and retired councillors as an award for years of community service. From an administrative standpoint, it's much more seamless. There are no assets requiring management, no actuarial reports, no legal requirements, etc. The town or the city or the municipality can simply purchase an annuity for past service and name itself as the beneficiary should the former civic leader not survive the guaranteed period. Here's how it might work. Meet Jerry Lundeguaard. Jerry served on council for 9 years. He was conscientious and attended 84% of all council and committee meetings. For his efforts, a council might award Jerry, or other councillors, a set amount for service per year, say $10,000. So, the formula for calculating his annuity for community and trusted service might be 9 years times the set service amount of $10,000 times his attendance record of 84%. That would equal about $75,600. Given his age and his preference to see his wife Jean included on the annuity contract, he or they would receive $380 a month for life, or about 6.04% of the awarded A.C.T.S benefit. And with a 10-year guarantee, should neither of the spouses survive the 10 years, the residual balance would flow back to the city treasury. So let's review. Seniors in your community will experience challenges when it comes to aging and making financial decisions. Annuities can be a partial solution to assisting seniors when deriving a guaranteed life income. And with a bit of leadership and planning, you can create programs to help fund the unique projects in your community and award some of the people who once sat in your seats. If those seem like desirable outcomes to you, you and or your staff can contact me, Gordon Weeb, at 250-258-7045 or by email at gord@think-income.com. I would welcome an opportunity to present to your council and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for your consideration. Information and contact information follows on the next slide.